Hi everyone, it's Pauline here. Today I'm going to be making a box from the new Christmas collection from Card Making Magic, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to be using the Poinsettia die, and I'm also using the 5x7 card and box kit, and from the When Robins Appear stamp set I'm just going to be using the Happy Christmas. I don't want too big a sentiment because the spray itself is going to take up most of the top of the box. So I'll show you what I'm using from this set. I've cut two of the main die. I've cut one in cream for the bottom, but the top I wanted to have a contrast, so I've used a nice navy blue. And then I have used this one. I cut myself, just slightly smaller, that matte in red. I decided I want an extra one, so that's why I've done that. But I've used this next die to cut a hammered cream card, and also I've used this die, the scalloped edge one, as the navy matte on top. Okay. I haven't used this. It's beautiful, but I want the poinsettia to be the main focus on this card box front. And from the Poinsettia Spray, I've cut out one of these, the main spray, and I've cut some mistletoe sprigs, some holly leaves, some other little sprays, and this piece goes on here. I've done that in a different colour, I've done it in the dark green. And then you get this leaf die, which is very pretty, and I've cut some out in a shiny metallic, and then these have a little bit of a glitter on, so I've cut a couple of those as well, 5 in total. And then I've got mixed berries, so I've got some red holly berries and some white mistletoe berries in there. The only other thing I've cut is from this set, you get some lovely little trailing and curly edges, so I think I'll put those around the edge of the box. So I'll show you how I made the box. So first of all, as it's going to be a box and not an envelope, I've chopped off this bit on the bottom, and I'll do the same on the top. That would be the flap for the envelope. So I'll chop this off. And I'll just score the creases for the bottom of the box first. It's quite easy. I'll just fold all these sides. And then we can get them glued together or use some red liner tape. And I think the red liner tape may be a little quicker for me today. So I'll just put a little over there. You can use a bit of glue as well if you wish. This one is easier. And this is quite a wideish red liner. Just on each tab. And then you can burnish that down. there's any overhang, take it off, then it doesn't stick to anything. And we need, my pokey tool is really stuck. I'm afraid it's covered in some glue. It was something I was doing the other day, something very sticky, so I need to give it a good clean later. And it's tending to stick to this. Let's try this way. I'm not having much luck with this at the moment. There we go. Now it's bringing the top up as well. Patience is a virtue when you're doing this. So there's one, and there's the other, and we just fold that up so it's right on the edge there. You can see there are no gaps, and that's important for the bottom of the box, because you don't want to have problems with the lid being too tight. There we go, that was easier. Right up to the edge. And right up to the edge there as well. So that's the base done. Now to decorate the top. So we'll put our base layer down first, and I'm going to use collal for this, and it makes the box even stronger. It's a really good construction glue. And I do all the decoration before I put the box together. It's much easier to do everything when it's flat. So that's that layer. And then we'll put the cream one on. Before I put the top one on, I want to just do the sentiment. I want to stamp the sentiment on the top. But what I will do, I'm getting glue everywhere, but it does rub off with the colour. What I will do next is use this glue with the fine nozzle, and I'm going to put these little curly bits on. So just a little dot of glue here and there, especially around these little curly bits. This does dry clear if you happen to get a little bit where it shouldn't go, but I try not to anyway. And a little bit more there. We do want it all to stick down. And we'll have that there. And with a cloth, I'll just flatten that. And dab up any little bit. I'll do the other side. Now there is a die that cuts the card out. It has one flat side and that doesn't cut, so that's your fold for the crease on the card. But we're not doing the card today because it's just going to be a repetition of what I'm doing on the box. On my samples I did a stamped card and a raised box with the dies, and then I did it the other way around on one of the other samples. I think it was the envelope die. So you can choose what you want to do. You may only want to buy the stamps if you're a stamper, or you may only want to buy the dies if you love die cutting. They both work very well together, so it is nice to have both, but if you have a preference, that's absolutely fine. You can work either way. So these little ones fit just along the edge quite nicely. Or you could cut that one down if you wanted to use that. And there we go. Put that the opposite way. That's it, everything's down. No bit sticking up. Right. Can't see my leg. There it is. So the next thing I think we'll do is this. So I'm going to pop it in this corner. So I'll just put some anti-static on, and I will find my Versamark ink pad. I'll use my platform and Merry Christmas is going just there. Go. And I could do with some paper. I'll use this piece of card. So we'll use this is the Superfine Wow. And I think you need Superfine when you're doing lettering. It's much better. And it's in gold. There we go. Pop that back in. I'm trying not to get my head in the way. On yesterday's video my head appeared a few times. I didn't realise how close I was to the camera. But the trouble is I work in quite a small space, so I've not got a lot of room to manoeuvre. So I'm going to switch the gun on, the heat gun, and just leave it for a few seconds to heat up. Go. If you leave it to heat up for a while first, make sure it's good and hot, then you're not keeping the gun on the card or paper that you're using, because if you do that you've got the chance of it warping the card a lot more, and also you can singe the card as well, so it's better to heat your gun up first. So we will stick some things down. So with this die, the main poinsettia die, when you've cut it out, you can ink through here with a little dauber or whatever you like to use, a brush. And I've just put some like a gold speckle on there. It comes out as a gold speckle when you go through with the ink. So you could do a couple of layers of these if you wanted to. And I'm going to place this here. I'm just going to play around at the moment to see how I want this to be. I think I've probably cut too many leaves, but that's not a problem. This will go in the middle, but before I do that, I want to add these lovely little leaves. I've cut 5 out, and I'll do an alternate one there, and then we'll have this one again, then an alternate, and we've got another glittery one there, and then this will go on top with some berries. So now we need to find space to put our mistletoe, and I think one would look rather nice there, and another here. I think 3 might be just a little too much. Same with the leaves. When you cut your leaves out and you emboss them, excuse me, you then can ink through there, and I've just put a slightly darker green for the leaf. So we'll have a leaf there, and a leaf here, and we could have another one underneath here. I don't want it to look too crammed though. That's not bad. I think I like that without actually. And then we've got these others as well. So we'll have one there and one here. Maybe one at the top. Yes, I think that's plenty. So we'll leave that now and we'll just get them stuck down. I'll take these off for the minute. Stick this one down first. And this is a tacky glue. I'll actually put a little bit more on than that. So there we go with that one. And then we can do the mistletoe. Put those both on, I think, for now. There we go. Doesn't matter if it overhangs a little at the top. And you can leave some free. If you leave these loose, you can easily get your leaves underneath them. And little green ones, bright green these are, an emerald green. So we'll have one here, I think, and this one at the bottom. Just mop that little blob of ink. There we go. And we've got another one, so we'll use it. Pop that one up there. Okay, and now these. So I'll just go down the spine and along the bottom little bits and put them in between the other leaves where the gap is. So once you've done all your die cutting, it's just nice to have a play with everything, see where you want everything to go, but it is quite quick to assemble. Just cut out a few of everything and you can always save the rest. And I've lost a leaf. Where's that gone? Probably stuck to the cloth, yes. Oops. And a little bit more on this. And that's those leaves done. And then we'll give it a little dab, just to dab up any ink that's oozed into the spaces. You've still got some movement on that though, that's quite nice. And then we've got the middle, and this has berries on it. There we go, just needs pushing down a little. And here are my berries. So we will put a few on here. Let's see if there should be another. That's not going to be seen. Oh, I think I've got two there. I have. There we go. And over here. There we go, there's one there. And again, with this die, you've got the little hole to colour in for whichever colour berry you're doing. You can, I've done a green little dot on this one, but this one I've done, I think it was a very dark red. So there we are. I might just put one extra one underneath in case anybody lifts that up, and then we've not missed one off. And then I just need some for the middle here, the red berries. And we'll have three. Three always looks better, doesn't it? There we go. You could also do some glossy accents on the berries if you wished. I may do that on the other ones later. And then we can fix this on here. And we'll use collal again. Oh, we could actually raise it up on some foam pads. I think I might do that actually. So let's just get the box together. So we put that on, I think. So we fold the sides. It probably would have been an idea to do this first, but there we go. When you're doing a video, you sometimes jump to other things. And then just the little side flaps. And the tape. Just make sure you don't go over that crease line with your tape. Or it'll show on the wrong side, on the right side, and you don't want that to show. There we go. And we'll just burnish that a little. Might help to get the the poker tool to lift it up. And let's see. Lovely. Now I tend to do alternate ends first. There is a reason for that. So when I come in this time, I'm going to just make sure that that is slightly in from the corner, and that'll give me a bit of wiggle room when I come to fit the lid. So that fits okay, that's fine. And then I just want to double check with this side, and yes, so I've got a little bit of wiggle room there and there, so that should fit nice and snug without being too tight. So there we go on that side, and then just this one. Just a little gap. And that's a nice snug fit. So now we'll get some foam strips. I have to be careful putting this on that I don't squish it. And this is the Craft Stash sheets of foam, and I've also got the pads, but I thought I'd use the sheet for this, a bit quicker. One there, one on the other side. Just in slightly so that you can't see it. Cut that bit off at the end, that's a little bit, I don't want that to show. That's fine, stick that there, don't waste it. And then another one. Right, and that just lifts it off, casts a shadow underneath. Much quicker than than using the smaller pads when you're doing something like this. And then there we are, that just gives it a nice little lift off the box. And then I will probably do some nice glossy accents if I can find them. There they are. See if they'll come out. Usually have to use a pin when I've not used them for a couple of days. Pokey tool, let's try this. Right. Yep, that's coming out now. And this will dry clear, as you know. There we go. And I may just do the mistletoe berries as well. I'm trying not to lean over and get my head in shot. The temptation is great to lean over. Just the one underneath there, and that one, to make sure that doesn't fall down and touch it, and that can dry now. So there we have it, a lovely box. You can make the card to put inside, or you could use it as a gift box. If you have a small gift or even chocolate box would be lovely. You could put some little sections in made of card and put chocolates in, or some nice cookies or something. And I think it's a really pretty design, the box. So have fun with it if you've got it, or if you're going to get it, or this may just inspire you to do something with your card as well. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. Take care now. Bye bye.